Hi there, this is our second video. This video I'll be presenting some of the main classes that we have in Octopus, and also I'm going to show you a quick demo of what you can do with Octopus. Just before we start, I would like to ask you to forgive me if I have any mistakes here. It is incredibly hard to shoot a video without having any mistakes, and so please forgive me. I'll try to make this as informal as possible, okay? So the main package that we have is Octopus, then we have the communication packages, and then the instrument package. That are the three packages that we need to understand, okay? So Octopus just holds the basic classes, the everyday stuff, note, chord, bar, music, melody, harmony, musician. Okay, so with this kind of stuff, you can start making your music. Any music, actually, you have to use these classes in order to make in Octopus. The communication class, it's something strongly based on the MIDI protocol. It's not that Java doesn't support MIDI, of course it does, but MIDI doesn't support all the events that we are handling here. It's stuff like, oh, I need to play the guitar, I need to play this particular chord shape, not the chord, but the chord shape, using this fingering, and then you need to pluck the string downwards. So all this information is not supported by MIDI unless you extend it, and that's what we've done here. We extended MIDI to support this kind of event that Octopus is handling. Okay, and the Octopus instrument package is something related to the virtual instruments. It's not the physical modeling of the instrument. Doesn't have to do has nothing to do with the sound that the instrument will make. It's more concerned about how to manipulate that instrument in order to produce the music that we want to. So if you have a look here at the instrument package, we see stuff like chord shape. Chord shape is how you're going to play that chord in a particular instrument layout. We have the performer, which is the guy that actually play. For instance, a guitarist is a performer, or a pianist, and so on and so forth. Okay, we have stuff like performable harmony, and the performable harmony is different from the harmony. The harmony just presents the chords and the rhythm pattern and maybe the arpeggio they're using. When you have a performable harmony, I need to see what are the chord shapes and the transition and the strength and the force that I'm using, the precision and the right hand techniques that you're using. So it's more information than just the harmony. The fretted sub-package is just something related to the guitar and all string fretted instruments like bass or banjo, stuff like that. Okay? What have I done here? Well, I hope nothing. Anyway, let's get on with it. I'm going to show you this code here. Basically, at this code, I create a new musician, and then I ask the musician to play something. Okay, and this something the musician is playing, in this particular case is a harmony, can be anything that is playable. Okay, so if you have a look at the Octopus package here, you're gonna see there is a playable interface here, and this playable interface basically says that, well, a playable thing needs to be able to convert this musical information into musical event sequence. That's what the musical interpreter classes will deal with, and then they're going to convert these musical events into whatever protocol you're using, either MIDI or open sound control or whatever, really. Okay, so this is a kind of middle tier layer that is able to handle all this extra information that we are putting in into the controlling here. Okay, so let's come back there, go back there. So we have here, and we say that the musician is gonna play this nice harmony, but which harmony is that? Well, it's this one here. Okay, so just put all the chords into a string array, and then I'm going through this chord, and then I'm going to parse this string here into the chord itself. And when I mean the chord itself, I'm talking about the notes, okay? The notes that are going to be played. I'm going to add a rhythm pattern because every time that I create a harmony, I need to add a rhythm pattern to say when a chord is going to, how long this chord will take, and when they're going to pass to the new one, and so on and so forth. Okay. So I'm going to play just to you to see how it is. Oops, that's a bit loud. Okay, so it didn't sound very nice, actually. It sounded very mechanical and very loud. Okay, but was not meant to sound nice at this stage. A musician is just something they're going to show, that's going to interpret this music information and going to show you. Okay, for instance, this particular chord here, it's a D chord with a 7 major and a 9th, and the musician knows that in order to construct this chord, it will need the fundamental note, which is the D, a major third, 5th, in this case an A, and then a 7th, which is a C sharp, and the 9th, that's an E, okay? And that's what the musician does. That's its role. The musician doesn't really care about the instrument's constraints. Is this hard to play an instrument? I don't care. You know, I can play this just as, you know, a computer plays. There's no effort there. You know, it's gonna play all these notes together, and that's fine. Maybe this particular chord can't be played in the guitar or in a flute, for instance. Certainly not in a flute. Okay. So the musician doesn't know that. The musician just gets this information, makes sense of it, and plays. Okay? Now, if you want to ask a performer to play this particular harmony, then you need to create the performer here, and I'm creating, in this case, a guitarist. And the guitarist, in order to play that particular nice harmony, it needs to know a little bit more about the guitar it is using to play that harmony. How many strings, how many frets, what is the tuning of this guitar, okay? And that's the kind of stuff you find here at the fretted package. We have here guitar, and you're going to see that, well, the bass guitar, standard tuning, 6 strings, nylon guitar. Of course you can change that, okay, no big deal. So if I ask the guitarist to play this nice harmony, I can just ask the guitarist to play, and I can ask before to show us how it is going to play that in a graphical user interface. So let's have a look. Okay, although the sound is the piano sound, what the guitarist had to do here, it had to understand that this harmony needed to be adapted in order to be played in this particular guitar. And let's see here, what are the decisions? Show view, console, okay. So you see, these are the notes that the musician said, okay, this chord here has these notes. And then the guitarist not only knows that, but it also knows how it's going to play that. Let's have a look here, closer look at this particular chord here that is shorter. We have E minor with 7th and the 9th. So you're going to see all the notes here, and then you're going to see how that's going to be played, okay? So how the guitarist or guitar player actually calculates that? Well, it takes into consideration a lot of stuff. Not only guitar, but also the finger span that you have, the easier the chord is to be played, uh, most likely it will be chosen as the one to be played. Also, the previous and the next chord is taken into consideration here. Okay, so you can read the documents and you understand better all the formulas and how it does that. Okay, so that's what I want to show you today. If you like it, just watch the next movie. That I'm going to explain how to play some melodies here and to produce some notes. Okay, see you next time. Bye bye.